Now then, let's take a look at our codex, because there is guaranteed to be some updates here. Oh boy.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society.
They literally made
the Geth
Skynet.
Possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race. Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems.
And imagine making a toaster, and then the toaster rebels against you, and, like, picks up a knife and shoots it out of its toaster port at you. That's basically what happened.
After the Geth secure a location,
Husks.
they round up and impale dead and living bodies on mechanical spikes. The spikes rapidly transform these victims into withered husks, extracting water and trace minerals, and replacing them with cybernetics. The cybernetics reanimate the lifeless flesh and tissue, transforming the bodies into mindless killing machines. Some Alliance soldiers refer to the husk-generating spikes as dragon's teeth, a reference to the mythological berserkers who sprang up from the earth wherever the teeth of the dragon Eris were planted. Dragon's teeth and husks bear little resemblance to other pieces of Geth technology. No one is sure why a synthetic race would bother to drain the minuscule amount of recoverable resources from organic corpses, though the value of reusing them as shock troops is obvious.
Citadel and Galactic
Citadel
Government.
is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans. Since the Prothean extinction, numerous species have come to call the Citadel home. It serves as the political, cultural, and financial capital of the galactic community. To represent their interests, most species maintain embassies on the Presidium, the Citadel's inner ring. The Citadel Tower in the center of the Presidium holds the Citadel Council chambers. Council affairs often have far-reaching effects on the rest of the galactic community. 5 arms, known as the Wards, extend from the Presidium. Their inner surfaces have been built into cities, populated by millions of inhabitants from across the galaxy. The Citadel is virtually indestructible. If attacked, the station can close its arms to form a solid, impregnable shell. For as long as the station has existed, an enigmatic race called the Keepers has maintained it.
Oh, the Citadel's cool. We'll get to go there soon.
Spectres are agents from the
Oh,
Office
we've
of
already
Humanity's
that.
first contact with the
And
systems
that.
of-
Okay, I think we're caught up then. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite Citadel in the galaxy.
Hey, Commander.
Sup?
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Poor Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
How you
Things were
doing?
pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
Not injured or nothing?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Glad to have you. Hey, Paragon points. Sick. Hi, Doctor.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Sounds like she's got a big romantic heart. Maybe we should romance her.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What's an L2?
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
Such as?
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Yeah, that sounds not worth it.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
What's up, Caden?
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
I am okay. Anyone else hanging about? Chilling around? There's our elevator. Why doesn't he just upgrade to L3? I don't think he can. I think that's why. Who's in the sleeping pods? Let's wake him up. Ew. Ew, did someone spooge in the sleeping pod? Gross. Somebody clean that. Also, I got a new codex thing. Oh, it's all secondary stuff. Citadel Station statistics. Although the Citadel is equipped with Mass Effect generating element 0 cores, most of the gravity in the station is generated by the centrifugal force of rotation. 3.5 minutes per revolution. The rotational gravity in wards is 1.02 times the Earth's gravity. Rotational gravity in the Presidium is 0.3 times the Earth's gravity. It is 44.7 kilometers total length, with 12.8 kilometers of the diameter. The ward length is 43.6 kilometers. It's big. It's very, very big. Very, very big. Biotic Amps. Biotics manipulate Mass Effect fields using dozens of Element 0 nodules within their nervous system that react to electric stimuli from the brain. That's how we do our space magic. Amplifiers allow biotics to synchronize the nodules so they can form fields large and strong enough for practical use. Amplifiers can improve a specific discipline or talent. An implant is a surgically embedded interface port into which amps are plugged in. On humans, the implant is usually placed at the base of the skull for convenient access, though the user must be careful to keep it free of contaminants. Implant ports can fit a variety of amps, and there is a growing market for modification and add-ons. The finest quality implants and amps are manufactured by Asari artisans, but the Alliance's L3 implants, first deployed in 2170, are a significant step forward. Like, we're not as good as the Asari, but we're doing alright.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Okay, fine. Let's not have a secret romantic rendezvous with each other. Let's open the locker. Hey, look, free items. And a codex thing. System Alliance N7. The Alliance Military Vocational Code system classifies the career path of all serving personnel. The MVC consists of one letter and a number. A soldier's MVC indicates proficiency, not rank. The letter notes career path. The number indicates level of experience, as indicated by service record, technical scores, and commendations. All 26 letters are used, and numbers run from 1 to 7. N is the letter code for Special Forces personnel. And 7 means we're the best of the best. We're the Super Special Forces. I'm going to take the stairs because it's healthier. Sup, everybody? How's it going? Everybody doing good? Having a good day, sir? Dude, nice scouter. Can you tell me what my power level is? Nav manual, new codex. Military jargon. Oh boy. We've got ashore. When a ship's crew leaves the vessel, they are ashore. Though normally used regarding planets, it can refer to boarding a space station. Away. When a ship releases the equipment tethering it to the space station or surface dock, it is away. Aye aye, the proper way to acknowledge an order. ASAP, an acronym of as soon as possible. Belay, stop or cease. Bridge, the navigation center of the spacecraft where the steering is done. The captain's mast, non-judicial disciplinary proceedings by unit commanders. SIC, the Combat Information Center, the command center of a spacecraft. The SIC is filled with sensor displays to make sense out of the chaos of combat. DC, damage control. ECM, electronic countermeasure, used to avoid enemy sensors from passive emissions masking to active jamming. The AVA, extravehicular activity, time spent in a pressure suit outside of a vehicle, spacecraft, or station. Flank, the flank is a side of the military formation. Since the soldiers are facing elsewhere, an enemy that can attack on the flank can often turn it or roll it up. FNG, fucking new guys. A derisive term for inexperienced personnel. Groundside, surface of a planet, helmsman, cruise member, pilots. LADAR, light amplification device and detection and ranging. An active sensor that bounces lasers off an object to determine its bearing and distance. LADAR has sufficient resolution that the data can be reconstructed into an image. That's pretty cool. Shore party, spacecraft crew sent ashore on official business. Silent running, an old submariner's term used aboard the Normandy to denote when stealth systems are active. SITREP, abbreviation of situation report. Spacer, someone who spent most of their life in space. And XO, executive officer, the second in command of an Alliance warship. The XO is responsible for administrative and personal matters. That's us.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Yeah, if I died, then the crew would be lost without me. Let's be honest. After all, nobody else on this ship has the balls to bang an alien. I have to be the Captain Kirk of our ship.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Dude, you still have taxes? It's 2183. We are outside of the solar system, deep in the galaxy, and we still pay taxes? The tax rolls up like Thanos. I am inevitable.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers on any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
I may need to turn down the music a little bit. It's a tad loud. I even turned it down a little bit already, but I might need to go lower. Oh, after that beautiful docking sequence.
This is an outrage!
We get a loading
the council
screen.
would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Oh boy. The Council.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
You would think you'd want witnesses, Ambassador.
I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped.
I'm gonna rip Saren's alien dick off and feed it to him.
You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Why is Udina a tight ass? Because he's a politician. Oh boy, we are on the Citadel now, everyone. There is a lot to do on the Citadel. A lot.
Big place.
It is a big place.
Sure is peaceful here.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
For real, Ashley? Bruh.
Well, they've built themselves quite the lake. Wonder if anyone ever drowned in it.
Seriously? That's not cool. Oh, let's decrypt this. Whoops. Alliance Patrol Report. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Rho cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was called before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do you want to send in a recon team? The Argos Rho cluster. Journal. We got unusual readings. Go to the Hydra system in the Argos Rho cluster and investigate. So hey, we just earned a side quest.
Understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
Oh boy, it's time to talk to some fun people.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
What's wrong?
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What happened?
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where's she at?
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human. Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind.
Pleased greeting.
I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
I love the
Tell me more about your
Alcor.
species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Hell yeah, let's learn about the Alcor.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Alcor.
The Alcor were just beginning to explore Council's space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
Neat.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Alcor.
Frankly, we Alcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Alcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Would you walk into it? We're learning about the Alcor race. Basically, they don't have the ability to portray emotions via their speech, so they say what their emotion is out loud. Because they are a race that evolved via the use of smells and subtle gestures to convey their emotion.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
This is the kind of stuff that's freaking cool. You got these huge aliens here that are like completely different from you know, humans. They're not even completely bipedal. And then we've got Din in his race.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
Yeah, tell me about the Volus.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Tell me anyway.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
That's rough, buddy.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
It's interesting that they would put the Volus and the Alcor into the same embassy room, considering the Alcor are a race that generally don't change at all, while the Volus are a race that are ever-changing constantly. So when you put them both in the same room near each other, it means that one can chime in on the other's situation and probably get a more level-headed response to something.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Alcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Den. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Why aren't the Volus or Alcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
Maybe if you had a bigger dick, Din.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
I mean, if you got like 10 more planets under your belt.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
It doesn't seem like you're doing too bad.
Yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Just want to say. Hey, look, it's a keeper. Look at this little guy. Isn't he cute?
This place is a little too perfect. Like they're hiding something. I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Ashley, you can't say that. They're in the room. Jesus. Sorry, I'm sorry about her. I didn't realize she was like this.
Strained greeting, human. This is really not a good time.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort.
Shakira, the consort?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Good luck with your problem.
Thanks to you, human. Good day.
I'll help you someday later, Zelton. Ashley, we need to have a fucking discussion here. You can't go calling the aliens animals. It's not cool. Jeez. Can't believe that, man. Actually, you were very different down on Eden Prime. Hello.
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
Neat.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You busy?
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
Fair enough.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Thanks for the info. Codex. The Presidium Ring, that's where we are right now. It's an enclosed loop of park-like space serving as a connection point for the wards. The interior walls are lined with the embassies of influential species and private residencies for the galaxy's elite. The Presidium is full of open-air restaurants, bars, and luxurious meeting areas. Gravity is about 1/3 of Earth's. A holographic sky is projected over the ceiling of the ring. Unlike the 24/7 bustle of the wards, the Presidium maintains a 20-hour day schedule, with a 6-hour night where lights are dimmed and the sky goes through a night cycle. Offices and residences are often open to the interior. It is not unusual for embassies to have no exterior wall at all. This does not cause a crime problem due to the heavy C-Sec presence and ubiquitous monitoring devices on the Presidium. Thieves are quickly identified and apprehended. The ring is the location of the Citadel's spaceports. Being closer to the center of spin, there is less motion for a ship to match, and the reduced spin gravity makes handling cargo easier. Hundreds of ships pass through the Citadel every day, and every species with an embassy is granted a private dock. The tower at the center of the ring holds the administration of the Citadel Council. The tower rises over a kilometer from the ring, appearing to thrust forward parallel to the ward's arms. As the tower is at its center of the spin axis, it experiences little centrifugal force. Gravity is maintained using mass effect fields at a 90-degree angle to the ring in the wards. A consular deck can be found at the base of the tower. While normally used for diplomatic couriers and specter business, the shuttles docked here can evacuate the Council of Government in emergency. Oh boy, we got more stuff to listen to.
The Alcor are a Citadel species native to the high-gravity world.
The Alcor are awesome.
They are massive creatures, standing on 4 muscular legs for increased stability. Alcor move slowly, an evolved response to an environment where a fall can be lethal. This has colored their psychology, making them deliberate and conservative. Alcor's speech is ponderous and monotone. Among themselves, scent, slight movements, and sub-vocalized infrasound convey shades of meaning that make a human smile seem as subtle as a fireworks display. Since their subtlety can lead to misunderstandings with other species, the Alcor often go out of their way to clarify when they are being sarcastic, amused, or angry. Dacuna's high gravity impedes mountain formation. Most of the world consists of flat, open plains, which prehistoric Alcor wandered across in small family bands. Modern Alcor still prefer open sky, and can become restless and uncomfortable on long starship journeys.
The Alcor are just a really cool alien race.
The Volus are a member species of the Citadel with their own embassy, but they are also a client race of the Turians. Centuries ago, they were voluntarily absorbed into the hierarchy, effectively trading their mercantile prowess for Turian military protection. Erun, their homeworld, lies far beyond the normal life zone of its star. However, the world has a high-pressure greenhouse atmosphere that traps enough heat to support an ammonia-based biochemistry. As a result, the Volus must wear pressure suits and breathers when dealing with other species, as conventional nitrogen-oxygen air mixtures are poisonous to them, and in the low-pressure atmospheres tolerable to most species, their flesh will actually split open.
That's
Volus
kind of scary.
Culture is tribal, bartering lands and even people to gain status. This culture of exchange inclines them to economic pursuits. It was the Volus who authored the Unified Banking Act, and they continue to monitor and balance the Citadel economy.
So you gotta admit, any Volus that's willing to venture off their home planet and go to the Citadel is pretty brave, because if there's ever any sort of slight malfunction with their suit, they will literally rip apart.
The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council. An all-female race, the Asari reproduce through a form of parthenogenesis. they can attune their nervous system to that of another individual of any gender and of any species to reproduce. This capability has led to the unseemly and inaccurate rumors about Asari promiscuity. Asari can live for over 1,000 years, passing through 3 stages of life. In the maiden stage, they wander restlessly, seeking new knowledge and experience. When the matron stage begins, they meld with interesting partners to produce their offspring. This ends when they reach the matriarch stage, where they assume the roles of leaders and counselors.
So yeah, the Asari live. They're really long-lived, and they can fuck anything. Sounds like a pretty good race to me.
The Citadel is an ancient... The Council is an executive committee composed of representatives from the Asari Republics, the Turian Hierarchy, and the Solarian Union. Though they have no official power over the independent governments of other species, the Council's decisions carry great weight throughout the galaxy. No single Council race is strong enough to defy the other two, and all have a vested interest in compromise and cooperation. Each of the Council species has general characteristics associated with the various aspects of governing the galaxy. The Asari are typically seen as diplomats and mediators. The Solarians gather intelligence and information. The Turians provide the bulk of the military and peacekeeping forces. Any species granted an embassy on the Citadel is considered an associate member, bound by the accords of the Citadel Conventions. Associate members may bring issues to the attention of the Council, though they have no input on the decision. The Human Systems Alliance became an associate member of the Citadel in 2165.
The Big Nerd Council. Technology, what are we looking at?
Biotics is the ability of rare individuals to manipulate dark energy and create mass effect fields through the use of electrical impulses from the brain. Intense training and surgically implanted amplifiers are necessary for a biotic to produce mass effect fields powerful enough for practical use. The relative strength of biotic abilities varies greatly among species and with each individual. There are 3 branches of biotics. Telekinesis uses mass-lowering fields to levitate or impel objects. Mass-raising kinetic fields are used to block or pin objects. Spatial distortion uses rapidly shifting mass fields to shred objects. Most organic species are capable of developing biotic abilities, though there are risks involved. Biotics are the result of an in utero exposure to element 0. This usually causes fatal cancers in the victim, but in rare cases, it coalesces into nodules within the fetus's developing nervous system.
So yeah, biotic abilities. You got like a 50% chance of it turning you into a space wizard and a 50% chance of it turning you into a tumor.
Combat hard suits use a dual-layer system to protect the wearer. The inner layer consists of fabric armor with kinetic padding. Areas that don't need to be flexible, such as the chest or shins, are reinforced with sheets of lightweight ablative ceramic. The outer layer consists of automatically generated kinetic barriers.
Wow, what's that race they haven't shown us yet?
Above a certain speed will trigger the barrier's reflex system and be deflected, provided there is enough energy left in the shield's power cell. Armored hard suits are sealable to protect the wearer from extremes of temperature and atmosphere. Standard equipment includes an onboard mini-frame and a communications, navigation, and sensing suite. The mini-frame is designed to accept and display data from a weapon's smart targeting system to make it easier to locate and eliminate enemies. Kinetic barriers, more commonly called shields, provide protection against most mass accelerator weapons. Whether on a starship or a soldier's suit of armor, the basic principle remains the same. Kinetic barriers are repulsive mass effect fields, projected from tiny emitters. These shields safely deflect small objects traveling at rapid velocities. This affords protection from bullets and other dangerous projectiles, but still allows the user to sit down without knocking away their chair. The shielding afforded by kinetic barriers does not protect against extremes of temperature, toxins, or radiation.
I like how they explain how everything is supposed to work.
Allow me to be your guide.
Hi, friend. We haven't talked to your race yet, Mr. Solarian. Alright, let's talk to you.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
What does that mean?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
Tell me about CSEC.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
I like that apparently it's allowed to just waltz into the security headquarters.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
I like that galactic standard years are Earth years.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
What do you think, random AI program?
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Fair enough.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Solarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
Lesser species?
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
I mean, they're not particularly wrong. The Volus might be able to provide some economic assistance, but they cannot provide manpower because they are small and weak.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first
Yeah,
the most
already.
recently added embassy belongs to your own species,
Do you know anything about specters?
The term Spectre is derived
Human.
from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
Sounds a little too perfect.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
Thanks, Avina. You were helpful in learning things. Now, when I am quizzed later about this information, I will have it available to me. Okay, we can go talk to people in CSEC HQ. Hell yeah. Hello.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Hey, level up. And we got some sort of codec thing. Citadel Conventions. These diplomatic talks occurred in the wake of the Krogan rebellions as a response to the destruction of the conflict in an attempt to distance the Council from the brutal Krogan warfare. The conventions regulate the use of weapons and mass destruction. A WMD causes environmental alteration to a world. A bomb that produces a large crater is not considered a WMD. A bomb that causes a nuclear winter, though, is. Well, fair. Use of WMD is forbidden on garden worlds, like Earth, with ecospheres that can readily support a population. If a habitable world is destroyed, it will not be replaced for millions of years. The conventions do not forbid the use of WMD on hostile worlds or in sealed space station environments. Many militaries continue to develop and maintain stockpiles. The conventions graded weapons of mass destruction into tiers of concern. Tier 1 is the greatest threat to galactic peace. For example, a large kinetic impactors such as asteroid drops or deorbiting space stations, effectively free and available in any system in the form of debris left over from planetary accretion. Kinetic impactors are the weapons of choice for terrorists in third galaxy nations. Tier 2, uncontrolled self-replicating weapons such as nanotechnology, viral or bacteriological organisms. Von Neumann devices, and destructive computer viruses. These weapons can lie dormant for millennia, waiting for a careless visitor to carry them to another world. Tier 3, large energy burst weapons such as nuclear or antimatter warheads. I love that that nuclear weapons are Tier 3 WMDs. And Tier 4, alien species deliberately introduced to crowd out native forms necessary for the health of the ecosystem. Ecological tampering can take years to bear fruit, making it difficult to prove. New technology.
Biotics, a virtual intelligence, is an advanced form of user interface software. VIs use a variety of
You know what? Virtual intelligence is kind of boring to talk about. Anyway, let's level up while we're here. No charm increase. Unfortunate. Do want to increase my Adept, but I also want to increase Warp so that I can eventually get Singularity. Currently, our throw only goes with a force of 600 newtons. The Genophage Tier 2 or Tier 4? I believe the Genophage would count as a Tier 2 WMD. We'll get more about that soon enough. Yeah, we'll get pistol up into marksman soon, I think. Honestly, I don't care what weapon I use so much as I care what magic I use. You know what I mean? I really want Singularity. Singularity is so good. I also want Lift. Lift is also so good. I could get Lift right now. I could get Lift right now. In fact, I think I will. Let's unlock Lift. Gimme. Alright, Caden and Ashley, I gotta level you guys up. Caden, I don't care so much. Here, let's give you some electronics points. Another decryption point, why not? There we go. Williams, let's make you better. First aid, don't much care about it, but heavy armor is important. We'll get that eventually. Fitness, which is just big health increase, and eventually immunity for big damage reduction. Fitness is quite good. Just got to get 1 point in immunity, and then anything else is who cares. Because 1 point is 75% damage reduction. It's kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually for her. Okay. What's my journal talking about? Go to the tower to expose Saren. Rip his clothes off in front of the Citadel Council. Oh, put that away. Hello, Alcor diplomat friend.
Delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
I do remember in Mass Effect 2, Adept felt a little weaker than Mass Effect 1. And then in Mass Effect 3, Adept went back to being godlike. So?
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Nope.
I came on my own. I need information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression?
Hey, you got it right. Good job.
Never mind. Forget I asked. Was there something you needed, Commander?
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
I mean, that's fair.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Tell me.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
Aw, man. That's fair.
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
I mean, I didn't think we're favorites.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
Alright, yeah. Fine.
Goodbye, Commander.
Yeah, we'll talk later. Don't worry about it. Let's see if I can snoop through your computer consoles. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow Biotic, you have been selected to receive the transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, fewer tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us in the Hawking Ada cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. stick my finger in your pie. Give it a little tickle. Whoops. I went away from the ambassador's lounge. We wanted to go over there and talk to people. Hello, how are you all doing today? I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite ambassador's lounge on the Citadel.
The consort would never reveal herself.
This place seems strange. I wish there were more humans around.
Dude, chill. Uh-oh. Yep, there we go. Oh, hey, it's Fredericks.
What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
You were saying about the consort?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here that is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Try to get in, not to get in too much trouble. He wanted to bang the Asari. You know what? I like you, Fredericks. We can be pals. Because we have very similar goals in life.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
Yeah.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies. Not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I'd try Flux or Cora's Den.
What is Shaira's?
The consort, she entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
She is a professional in her field.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Thanks for the info.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
I will. So.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Okay, fine then. We'll talk later. We'll bang later, okay? Bum 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 bum. Okay, now is the question of what we should do next. Because there's lots of stuff for us to do on the Citadel. The fact of the matter is, the Citadel has tons of shit for us to look at and read about. And wondering whether I should head to the tower yet or not. What do you think, chat? I think we should probably go to the council now, mostly because, well, there's someone I would like to talk to. And until we go to the council, we can't talk to them, so, you know. At least I don't think I can talk to them until after the council. My memory's a little fuzzy. Open. But hey, we pretty much cleared out this wing for the time being. We'll get more information later and be able to help the dude in the Alcor ambassador area. That's a side quest that I remember. Use Citadel Rapid Transit to travel quickly between major locations. Dude, look at this guy's outfit. Nice outfit. He's looking funky. I like it. Dude, Caden, get out of the way. Let the funky guy through. Yep. Dude, how much money does it cost to have that water shooting up like that all the time? Is that what our taxpayer money is going to? Come on, bruh. That's the wards. Whoops, I gotta go a little further first. It's so blue!
What's it doing?
Ashley,
Please
please.
do not disturb the keepers.
It's a keeper.
Please do not disturb the keepers. Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 2. You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular Relay Monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel. You may see keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
Tell me about the Relay Monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the Relay Monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
Or maybe one Prothean was like, I want to make a really big gun, and it needs to shoot really big bullets. What kind of bullets? Spaceships. And that was it. It could have just been that, you know? Wonder if they did anything to the graphics of this game? Yeah, I think they up-resed the game a little bit and changed some of the lighting here and there for the Legendary Edition.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the council chambers and Citadel control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
I'd like to hear more about the council chambers.
The business of the council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
I've been asked to go there. What a smug response.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
Honestly, the game looks pretty good for how old it is. Like I said, I think they up-resed a few of the textures and stuff like that, made the game look a little better than it did back in 2007 or 8 or whenever it came out.
What if someone has business with the council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the council. This is usually arranged through their respective ambassadors. Even then, few are given access to the actual council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
What happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel Control handles all incoming and outbound transit. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is under the jurisdiction of Citadel Control.
Pronounced that wrong.
At peak capacity, they are responsible
Or
for
did
monitoring
she?
upwards of 1,000 vessels.
Kilometers.
I'd like to know more about the Keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel. though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the Keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Why here?
Any particular reason there are so many keepers in this area?
The Keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the Keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The Keepers also make frequent appearances in the Council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
That's all for now.
Thanks for the info,
Thank you
Avina.
for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Alright, let's head to the tower. Oh, sleep time, good night, Nier. Thank you for hanging out. Hope to see you again in the future. Elevator.
The council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just...
Why are they so quiet in the elevator?
No, we don't, sir.
Why are they so quiet in the elevator? Sound mixing failed in the elevator for some reason. Ah, is it my boy over here? It certainly looks like him. Hello.
Sarah's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Mm-hmm.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
You don't like Saren, huh?
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you. You don't want to keep the council waiting.
Hopefully they will listen to me. After all, I'm Commander Shepard, and I'm my favorite person on the Citadel. Best boy Garrus? Let's not get crazy there. Reminder, Garrus is like a super fascist when you get right down to it.
Don't be ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. For the Volus? No. The Hanar are likely to be next, then the Alcor.
You may be right, though the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
Sup?
The hearing's already started. Come on.
I'm ready.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
I think he signed the bullet that he put through Nihilus's head, so...
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard, the one who let the beacon get destroyed.
That was you, bitch. Well, actually, kind of hard to say who got the beacon destroyed, considering it exploded after messing with me. So, you know, maybe that was us.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect?
from a human.
Typical.
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Saren, I'm gonna let
Shepard's
Ashley call
admission
you an
into the
animal.
Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Yo, quit protecting this asshat.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
You made your decision. I'm gonna have a protein bar.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
How do you know Saren, Captain?
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
We need to deal with Saren ourselves.
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
Yo, don't diss my man Keith David.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Any other leads?
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
And I like how if you're a renegade, you can just go all and be like, yeah, me too. I like that guy's modus operandi.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars, it causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions. But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the Galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
We're a bit too independent, you say?
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
Yeah, but there's no downside to cooperating with the other races, you know?
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
I mean, that sounds like a typical police officer, so I don't see anything different than usual.
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
I thought this embassy was supposed to help humans.
Harkin may be human, but he's also an ass. He's had more than his share of chances. If the embassy wasn't protecting him, he would have been fired 15 years ago. CSEC is better off without him.
I love the bluntness of it. Yeah, he's a human, but he's a dick. He sucks. Fuck him.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
I want to point out how nuts that is. If the number of Spectres is less than 100, let's take a look at the number of alien races that already exist within the entirety of the Council. We've got like 10 different races, almost. And if their numbers are anything close to the numbers that humans have, we're looking at nearly 100 billion individuals, and less than 100 of them are qualified to become Spectres.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game, and the shadow broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Tell me about Barlavon.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius. Doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, specters. That's probably why the shadow broker uses him.
Fair enough.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
I'm gonna go hang out with that nerd-ass ambassador for a bit and maybe get him to take the stick out of his ass. Okay, let's take a look. We have missions: Citadel Shadow Broker, Citadel Garrus, and Citadel Expose Saren. These are our 3 main missions we currently have. And basically, this is going to work our way towards getting new party members. Citadel Garrus is pretty freaking obvious about exactly where what we're going to do, and that is go get Garrus onto the team. So I guess that's the next thing we're going to do. But before that, I'm going to go get a drink real quick, everybody, because I ran out of water. BRB.